How Woody Harrelson became a Hollywood star and grew his $70 million fortune. Before we start, I'd like you to hit that red subscribe button so that you never miss out on any of our videos. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Mini Luxury. The early years. Harrelson had a very religious upbringing. He and his two brothers were raised mainly by his mother, a lawyer who practiced Presbyterianism. His father led a rather nefarious lifestyle. While he made a living as an encyclopedia salesman, he lived a double life as a professional con man. Harrelson spoke candidly about his father's affinity for gambling in Stephen Galloway's profile of him for The Hollywood Reporter. Quote, he'd find out where they had poker games and eventually invite a guy out on his boat. I have a boat. Do you want to come out? The star recounts. After a while, there's nothing to do. Maybe fish a little. And then he'd say, want to play a couple hands? And before you know it, the guy's completely fleeced. His father was absent for much of Harrelson's upbringing as he was arrested in 1968 for murder when Harrelson was only 7. This left his family in a dire situation, as they then had to live off of their mother's income. His father was released on good behavior 10 years earlier than he was sentenced. I was jaywalking, me and a friend, and this cop flags us over and asked to see our ID. My friend showed his ID, but I said, I don't have my ID, which I did, of course, Harrelson tells in his Hollywood Report profile. And then he says, have you been out to some of these bars? Then you have to have an ID to get in. I go, oh, good point. So I pull it out, and as I pull it out, he goes, don't lie to me again, punk. And then he grabbed me, smashed me against the wall a couple of times. The soon-to-be movie star ran off from the police, though he was quickly obtained, maced, and further manhandled. He spent the night in jail with 6 charges and received by his mother the next day. Woody's big break. It took a while for Harrelson's luck to strike in the entertainment biz. He'd spent 14 months in New York with no acting gigs other than an understudy role in a Neil Simon play called Biloxi Blues. Before his big break in television, Harrelson went into his production for his film debut in the 1986 sports comedy Wildcats, starring of entertainment icons Goldie Hawn and Swoosie Kurtz. When he went in an open call for the hit sitcom Cheers in 1985, the show's casting director already had someone else in mind. But Harrelson offered a stellar performance and soon took on mantle of Cheers' lovable barkeep Woody Boyd. Harrelson stayed on the show for the remaining 8 seasons and made numerous guest appearances on Cheers' spin-off series, Frasier. His iconic performance granted his 4 Emmy Award nominations, with him winning the award for Outstanding Support Actor in a Comedy Series in 1989. After he appeared in White Boys Can't Jump as Billy, the overjealous basketball champ, the actor lent his talents to the 1993 film Indecent Proposal. While the Adrian Lyne directed project received overwhelming negative reviews from critics, it got garnered $18 million in the domestic box office within its opening weekend. It later went on to gain a lifetime gross of $106,614,059, making it the 10th highest grossing film in Harrelson's extensive filmography. The acting skills to pay the bills. By the time that the 90s were coming to a close, Harrelson had well solidified his spot in Hollywood. His top-billing role as Hustler magazine publisher Larry Flynt in The People vs. Larry Flynt certainly helped in building his superstar status. The 1996 biopic, which also featured Courtney Love, gained Harrelson nomination from the Academy, the Golden Globes, and the Screen Actors Guild. By the 2000s, Harrelson was undoubtedly one of Hollywood's favorite go-to leading men, starring in such box office hits as No Country for Old Men, The Messenger, and Zombieland. He went on to take part in one of cinema's biggest franchises, playing Haymitch Abernathy in the entire Hunger Games film series. Each film made a killing in the box office when they hit theaters, though the franchise's 2013 sequel, Hunger Games Catching Fire, takes the cake as Harrelson's highest-grossing film. The thrilling young adult flick brought in more than $424.6 million. Playing a major role in one of Hollywood's biggest hit series certainly upped Harrelson's booking fee, as he now said to make $5 million to $6 million per movie. He's gone on to star in both Now You See Me movies, Solo, A Star Wars Story, The Highwaymen, and Venom. This year, after his impending appearance in the Venom franchise was teased in the first movie, Harrelson thrilled comic Marvel fans when he portrayed Cletus Kasady, better known as Carnage, in the sequel, Venom 2. Let There Be Carnage made $90 million on its opening weekend, thus making it the second biggest October box office opening in history. The only movie that tops it on this list is fellow anti-hero flick Joker. Harrelson's decades of blockbuster knockouts have granted his net worth of an estimated $70 million, and it looks like he's putting that fortune to good use. Recently, Harrelson made new headlines alongside his Lost in London co-star Owen Wilson. This brings us to the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss any of our videos in the future. Also, watch the 2 videos there on your screen because I'm sure you'll love them. With that, I'll see you in the next video.